A little bit earlier I mentioned that there's a couple of new features using these particular tools over here that are new to CS5, and some of them are quite good. So we're going to have a look at that. It refers to the spot healing brush and getting rid of bits and pieces out of an image. So I'm going File Open or Command O, scrolling down to where I can see some elephants. So I'll click on here, open the elephants. There they are, and you can see that this is obviously a picture of some elephants in a zoo or somewhere, because as you can see these lines going across here. In order to get rid of those lines so that you can pretend that you've been an intrepid traveller and found elephants in the wild, there's a couple of ways that you can do that. In the past you would use clone or healing brush or something like that, possibly even patch, and it would be a bit of a rigmarole. There'd be a bit of time involved in getting rid of that. What they've got this time though in CS5 is it relates to the spot healing brush, and if I click that, you'll notice up here in the options panel, I'll zoom in there so you can see it, that you've got some various settings here: proximity match, create texture, and this is the one that we're after here, this content aware one. And I'm just going to turn that off for the time being. We'll talk about that in a minute, but we're going to do this using content aware. Now in the past it would have been suggested that you use the spot healing brush purely for spots, but now with this content aware spot healing you can click and drag this thing. So again, it's a brush thing, so I'm going to use my square brackets keys to get a bigger or smaller brush. I'm going to zoom in on the edges of this thing here so we can see it a wee bit better. So you can see that line across there. Now this is really simple. Just do make sure that that's turned on. If you've got create texture on, it actually looks pretty bad and it makes a texture there. And what I'm going to do is just go ahead and make a brush which is quite small, and I'm just going to click and drag across here like this. Now if you're working on CS4, have a go at this, and it's just not going to work very nicely at all. So I'll click and drag, let go, and there we go. It's looking at the background and replacing where you're clicking with parts of the background, and it does it in a really nice way. It's the new sort of feature in CS5 whereby it actually does it in a content aware manner, which is pretty cool. So I'll go along here, click and drag, and as you can see, as I go along, it's dealing to it for me. Okay, I'm doing this really small. I should probably be zoomed in doing this, but I just want you to be able to see what's going on there, so I'm just staying out and trying to be careful. So there we go. So there's content aware, and you can see that you could go through, do that one, get rid of these little bits in here, and all of a sudden that picture that looks like it's in a zoo might look like you found them in Africa somewhere. Well, like I said earlier, it's all about lies with Photoshop. One other feature there, I'll undo all that, so I'm just going to go Option Command Z, is this little thing here where I mentioned before, I'd mentioned what it was. Sample all layers means that if you've got a bunch of layers on this file, it will sample between all of those layers together. And what it also means is that what you can do is make yourself a new layer. We haven't looked at how to do that. We're going to get into this in more detail later. But down here in the layers panel, you'll see right down the bottom there, you've got that funny little icon. And if I click that, get a new layer. So what I'm going to do there, zoom back out. Now because sample all layers is turned on, doesn't matter which particular layer I'm on here, I'm going to get the content aware thing again. I'll make it slightly bigger so I can do it really quickly, and I'm just dragging it along. Let go there because I'm running out of arm length, so we'll click and drag there, and I'll keep going, and there we go. Now the difference with this particular method is that because we've got the sample all layers turned on and we're working on a separate layer with nothing on it, it's actually now got something on it, and that is what we've just done. So if I turn the eye on and off, I'll just show you that here. The eye is the visibility of the layer. So I'll zoom out on there, turn it back on. There it is. So we've actually put that new stuff on a new layer, which is great because it also means we can get the move tool and move it around. So there it is, there's that strip that we've just made. So go Command Z and put it back in the right place. That just means that you can actually alter it slightly if need be, so you can take pieces out of it and things like that because it's on a separate layer. So that's using spot healing brush, content aware, spot healing, sampling all layers, and you can turn something that looked okay into something that looked really good.